putting the headphones on right now. How's everybody doing out there?
What up?
It is Tuesday episode. What's
28?
Episode 28.
Two. I had to think about it for
6, 7, 8.
We are here. This is Let's Just Talk. We do this podcast every single Tuesday. We try to get on usually at 4:30, but it always ends up happening around this time. And we just talk about all kinds of stuff that's happening in the world, in the nation, in the news, in the church, whatever it is. We're going to talk about it. And we have Angel here and Tino. You guys, oh, that was exciting. Wait. There it is.
See? Need my theme music.
That's better. Now we're awake.
Yeah. What's happening, everybody?
I did.
Good morning.
I did want to announce one of our new sponsors.
Yeah.
Carnival Cruises in the Gulf of America is one of our sponsors.
Did you guys see Google?
Yeah.
Did you
Like
see that?
the person?
No.
No.
If you look up the Gulf, did you see it?
No. Oh, yeah, that they're changing it on the map.
It's already
on the
changed.
map.
Yeah.
At the Gulf of
That's-
America.
That's what you sent earlier.
Okay, yeah. you
Yeah,
did
I didn't
see
have
it
my
there.
glasses on, so I was like, oh, look it, dude. They finally put that puddle back right there. Yeah, the Gulf in California. So, like, all right, cool, man.
So-
Finally.
Yeah, man. So here we are again, and what are we going to talk about today? What are some of the subjects real quick?
Well, we wanted to touch on the Super Bowl real quick. We also wanted to talk about the Attorney General state case against Anthony Fauci,
Okay.
and also the Federal Secrets Declassification Task Force.
Okay.
And then if we could touch on immigration and the border.
All right.
That's always a good topic.
In case you're wondering, those that can comment are those that are supporters of our monthly, basically members of this channel, and we appreciate you. It's like $4.99 a month, and it helps us to continue. And not only that, but it helps just members be the ones that comment, because being on YouTube, anybody can jump in. What we don't want to do is turn it into a circus, and this is a good way to just kind of vet more people that are commenting, the people that actually want to engage and be in the conversation. But it's open to the public. Anybody can watch it, but members can view it. Empty Tomb, what's up, brother? I just want to thank you for that super chat, that $5 super chat.
Thank you.
Yesterday, I ate a deep fried ravioli.
Sounds good.
It was bomb. It was bomb. I don't know how Empty Tomb feels. Maybe when I mentioned the restaurant I went to, maybe it's like the way I would feel. Somebody says they ate Mexican, and I said, "Where'd you go?" And they say Taco Bell. But we went to Olive Garden,
Ew.
and they had deep fried raviolis that were amazing.
Strong word, especially at that place.
They're amazing, dude. I would go just for that. It's an
Damn.
appetizer.
I've never seen it.
Me either.
Is it new?
I don't know. I don't go there.
Yeah.
I just
I
happen
don't
to
go there very often, but I've never
Well,
seen it.
Sharon had a doctor's appointment all the way in Palo Alto. I don't know nothing over there. And Mark Zuckerberg didn't answer the phone. So I just figured I don't know where to eat. So
When's he scheduled to come on?
I don't know. He's busy practicing his martial arts. So anyways, we tried those deep fried raviolis. And man, it was really good. Seriously. Want some right now that I'm saying it. So, anyways, Empty Tomb, what's up, man? He says, I sent him a picture of it. He says I was falling asleep. Anyways, they're good. I maybe eat there once a year, but
No, last time we went, I don't know if you went with us for Steve's birthday.
no.
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 A couple years ago.
I'd rather have COVID than eat at Olive Garden.
Yeah, you have something to say about every food place, though. I've noticed that about you.
No, I don't, man. I'm all about food.
You don't think that's a little strong? I mean,
It's a little strong.
dude,
So-
their bread's pretty good.
I'd
man.
rather I want to have COVID going to Olive Garden so that way I don't have to taste what they make.
I
Man.
enjoyed what I had.
Yeah, that's good.
I enjoyed what I had, but like I said, I don't go
He
often.
said I always got something to say about food places.
He does.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Look at that.
I mean, I understand, like, oh, I don't like that place. It's not that great. But dude, you want COVID? Like,
That was like,
I mean,
whoa.
is that exageros or what?
That was like 0 to 60.
Yeah,
You know?
bro. That's how much I do not like that place, bro. You know what, dude? I'll tell you this. Last time I went there, and this is the time I don't mind it. We went there. I had some friends of ours. We all get together and we go out there and we do like the $100 tab, meaning that you pay with the $100 whatever your tab is, and whatever you get no change, and that's the tip.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that club. Anyway,
So
it's cool if it's $98.
So, but then it's a bunch of people, so that way the waitress gets or waiter gets a big old tip and blah blah blah. And there's a bunch of us, bro. So they get a fat tip.
tax on tips.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah. So now they can stop crying about not making minimum wage in certain states. You know what I mean? So.
wow. All right.
That went pretty dark on the restaurant.
Anyways, besides the raviolis, shout out to Cholo Trucker. He's in here. Sister Lisa. Empty Tune Productions, which is Adam. AB1, I see you there. I don't know where Felipe is at. Maria Madrigal is there. We're going to get her in here one of these days, actually. I know she has a lot to say sometimes.
Yeah, she has a full-on list of things she's ready to come in.
Yeah.
She's prepared.
Like when you go to him and... What?
Like when you go to him in frame, the noise floor is crazy high.
Oh, is it? Let's see. See those green bars that are going across? Scroll down. Yeah. Why is it, mute that one. Yeah. Okay, and then go scroll up. Let's see if that's any better. I don't know. Click those 3 dots. Yeah, click those 3 dots. Go to that bottom one, advanced. Oh, I'm sorry. X out of that. Go to the other one. Properties. Oh, yeah. Bring that down, that menu down. Is there a Zoom P4? Yeah, the third one up. Right there. Okay. Hit OK. Oh. All right.
Better?
Okay, better. Cool. Awesome. All right.
They said perfecto.
It sounds good now.
Awesome.
AB1. So anyways, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. You wanted to start off with the Super Bowl?
Yeah. First of all, just it was really boring.
Oh, no, I loved it. Loved every second.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Especially Taylor Swift?
Oh, yeah, man.
When they booed her?
Yeah, that was great.
And she goes,
Yeah.
"What's going on?"
Yeah.
I heard other reasons why they booed her. I don't know the truth. Is it because of the fans and all that?
I think isn't she from Philly? From my
Yeah,
understanding.
she grew up an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And because of Dude,
Yeah,
she
because of
switched
Kelsey.
over, so they booed her.
Yeah,
I don't care.
multitude of.
I don't know one song of hers. I don't know if that's good or I'm just old. I don't know.
Shake It Off.
What?
That's one of her songs.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know nothing of her music at all.
What other? I think that's the only. That was like a lot of radio a long time ago.
Oh, maybe I have heard it then and didn't know.
Yeah, it's probably like 15 years
Oh,
ago.
man.
She's
She
been
looks
around.
like she's 15.
Yeah, well, that's the weirdness of it because she still caters to the 15-year-old, but she's like in her late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, really?
yeah.
I mean, nothing. Go ahead.
Say it, man. Hey, this thing's called Let's Just Talk.
I mean, that's like the Spice Girls, right?
Yeah.
What is that? How's that one song? It says something about if you want to be my lover, you first have to get with my friend.
Is that what that song said?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, dude, and they got little girls, little
Alrighty.
7-year-old little girls walking around singing this. So
Bread of Life, what's up? So,
that's
anyways,
that's how she is.
yeah, I don't think we wanted to talk about the Super Bowl to
No.
talk about Taylor Swift.
No.
But
So I'm a hip hop fan. So I've been listening to K Dot, man, since he was called K Dot. So that was pretty entertaining.
I don't
That's
know who that
Kendrick.
is.
That's
Okay.
Kendrick, the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
That's Kendrick Lamar.
I've never heard anything from him
Yeah.
until
Me
the
either.
Super Bowl.
So yeah, I've known him, heard of him for a while. So it was cool to see him out there, man. He did his thing, and of course everybody was into the drama about him and Drake and different things like that. So that was pretty cool. But then I was watching TikToks, watching some TikToks the next day, and everybody's trying to break it down, right? So usually they break down what's evil in it. Right, of how they signature the quote unquote Illuminati.
They do
and
that every year.
How they do the one eye, or they do a certain red and this and that, whoopty whoopty whoop. And so, anyways, what I was hearing was Kendrick went ahead and he was showing how America's divided, and he's standing up for our people. and he's doing this, and he's dividing. And
The View did that as well.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah,
So I saw
they
it
were
off
one
of
of
a
them.
bunch of people, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great way to go ahead and show us that we're divided by speaking about division.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say this then, since he said we call it let's just talk. There was that commercial with Snoop and Brady when they were going, I hate you. I hate your white skin. I hate your black skin. And they were saying other things like that. Did you see that commercial?
No.
Tom Brady?
Uh-huh. And then at the very end of it, Snoop says, I hate that things are so bad, we have to do this commercial about it. And I told my kids, I said, and the problem is, bro, you're one of the biggest problems of why it's like this, bro. You have a voice and an influence on so many people, and this is what you taught. And you're the problem. You're one of the biggest problems out there.
But see, that's the thing. Like I'd seen like clips from like The View and all these other people talking about, oh, Trump must be mad because there was so many black people during the halftime show.
Yeah.
And honestly, that never crossed my mind. It was a performance. I know, like, I met some pastors from Compton. First of all, Compton in the 80s is very different than Compton in 2000.
Where are you from, fool? Compton.
Yeah, you know, the ethnicity,
Compton.
the ethnicities that are there is very different than it was then. It's a very mixed community. A lot more today than it is then.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they were, all this stuff, and it was just weird because like when I seen Samuel Jackson, I thought it was cool because to me, it was a lot of red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're black and you wear an American flag. Why am I going to feel a certain way about it?
Nope.
It didn't even cross my mind.
They wanted it to bother people, though.
Yeah.
Not.
Do you think
no,
the
not
NFL?
them. I'm talking about The View.
But that's what I'm saying.
They were trying to spin it.
But then here's the other thing that I'm confused by because I don't know anything about Drake. I don't know anything about Kendrick Lamar. I heard about the beef and all this stuff. Why is everyone running, or why is everybody pushing against Drake because of a lyric that Kendrick Lamar stated?
I don't know.
And it's like,
It's a long.
I don't know.
thing
Is there
that
any
goes back.
background to that? Is there any factual? I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything either.
Yeah.
I thought they were just, I thought they were boyfriend and boyfriend. And they were just mad about it. I don't know nothing about them.
Why, just because he had cute pants on?
I tell you, dude, the Marsha Brady bell bottoms, dude. That was great. Yeah, it was like I said, man, it was cool to see him out there. I know where he came from, and I've seen him come up, so it is what it is. I don't listen
I didn't
to
like
too
the
much.
performance.
Why has he been known for a while?
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah, he went by K-Dot for a long time, and then he ended up when he signed with Dr. Dre, he went to Kendrick Lamar. So he's been.
I
really
guess I'm
famous.
officially
So-
completely out of the hip hop circle because
But the game, though, yeah, I was very, very happy to see the Chiefs lose the way they
Oh,
lost.
absolutely.
I loved it.
this was the first Super Bowl I've ever missed in my whole life.
Oh, wow.
Didn't watch it. I watched a couple highlights of the commercials, a couple from the halftime, and I'm like, who are these people? And then I just kept it moving on my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't see it at all.
I didn't catch any of the commercials. I was too busy.
They were dumb.
That's what I've heard. I haven't heard anything of any good commercials.
I like the.
Which
I mean,
one?
I
I saw most of them. So which
I
one?
like the Bud Light one.
the horsey,
No, the
cute little horsey. Oh, that was a Bud Light one.
The Bud Light one, dude. Where
Did you like the Olive Garden commercial?
Yeah, with the deep fried ravioli.
No, you know what? I mean, not to get all sappy and all it, but it's a few years back. One of my children got sick on Super Bowl, and we were supposed to go somewhere and this and that. So we ended up staying home because of that child. And ever since then, for the past like 6 years, bro, Super Bowl's at my crib. So it was just like, it was cool. My two younger ones, they were like, we're going to do some wings. So they got into it and they did their flavored wings. And then my brother-in-law threw down on some jalapenos, bacon wrap stuffed jalapenos. And so, man, we just posted up, man, and just chilled at the crib and lazed out all day and just got.
I don't even know why. I'm not saying I missed it because of I always watch the Super Bowl no matter what. It crept on me. Like, remember I texted you guys? I'm like, is it the Super Bowl? Because usually I always do something. You know, I don't care what team it is. I make it a day to barbecue or whatever,
Yeah.
and it just crept on me. So I'm just like, well, I guess whatever.
The last Super Bowl I've watched the Super Bowl with our dad. Probably the last one that I didn't was when the 49ers lost to Baltimore.
Oh, when the lights turned out?
When the lights turned out.
Oh, yeah,
in
the
I think
Bay
it was
Area cats.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was, but that was the last Super Bowl I haven't seen with our dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so it wasn't my team. I can't stand Kansas City.
My team's never in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's your team?
Oakland, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're still the Oakland Raiders in my head.
Yeah, me too.
At the end, I always tell her, she's like, why don't you get a Raiders shirt? I'm not getting a Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I'll get
that's
LA. I'll get an Oakland. I ain't getting Vegas.
Yeah.
I saw an LV sticker today, LV with the shield on it, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm never getting
Never,
that.
never.
It'll always be Oakland or LA.
Never.
I grew up.
I would rather have COVID than
that
wear
I
Las
would rather have
Vegas
COVID.
than wear
Yes.
Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
Let's go, COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I just didn't understand. And then I know ESPN was talking about Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was funny because Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if you guys seen the little snippet he had Monday morning about that whole situation.
I didn't.
And he said because they asked him, they said, "What do you think about Serena Williams?" I guess that was his ex. She
Yeah.
was
Drake's.
Drake's ex. And he said, if you were my girlfriend and you were on a performance in the Super Bowl, to throw shade at your ex, you wouldn't be my girl anymore. Go back to him. You ain't got if you still have that in your heart, go back. I ain't got no need for you. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Stephen A. Smith's a dirty guy, though, man.
So this episode is sponsored by the deep fried ravioli
Yeah.
from Olive Garden.
I'm
matter
gonna
of
go try
fact-
those.
Matter of fact, can you show a picture of Olive Garden deep fried ravioli from Olive Garden? It is no joke.
I'm gonna go try those, bro.
Let them know we sent you.
And our third sponsor is you got that connection to Anthony Fauci for COVID, right?
Mask on by myself in the car. Right at you, bro. That's how we do it over here.
You know what my wife says when we're driving by, she sees people alone in the mask.
Are you looking for it? Where is it at?
She goes, they're trying to fight not licking the window. That's why they have the mask.
Is it this one? Oh, there's nothing there.
This is a black screen.
I know. It's supposed to show raviolis.
What's going on here?
He can't find it. Is there one called Window?
Did you have one already in there?
No. No, I was just telling them to look it up, but
There's on the next.
yeah, but it should be on that one, but how about on the very top? If you scroll up? No. Man, that's messed up, man.
See? Told you, bro.
It's
It's just
not
not
there.
meant to be. That's God. That's Jesus coming down, giving you the song that we don't need to say.
Man, that's messed up.
Hallelujah.
What? That's messed up. So hit that plus sign. I want to show it. No. Yeah, that one. Just hit OK. Okay. Now on that plus sign there, go to window capture and hit OK. Now, right there. Deep.
So if you are a manager of Olive Garden,
There it is.
we will go ahead and take your sponsorship.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at what they're looking at.
Oh, it'll change right now. They can hear us. So, is there any way you can
Look
get
at
closer
Empty
to
too.
one?
Get close.
It's a praise break.
Can you put one in my hand right now?
Look at that,
look at what pops up.
man.
Look at what pops
See,
up.
that's what I'm talking about right there. This is
That
our
does-
sponsor.
that does
Okay,
look good.
so I
It
mean,
does look
in
good.
all reality, is it that it's the ravioli or is it just deep fried? Because tell me something that is not phenomenal deep fried.
True.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I could deep fry my finger if I can, if I can stand the heat, bro. And I'd eat that thing.
We had a family member though that lived off of deep frying for a season and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some real Italian food right there. Okay, back
All right,
to the
move
bowl.
on, move on.
Okay.
No, that commercial was funny. When they said the reason the Super Bowl was created was to create foodies. Did you see that
Oh, yeah,
commercial?
with,
That one was
McConaughey.
funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
You didn't see that one?
No, I was too busy making ribs.
Oh,
So when I got home from church, it was halftime, and I was busy cooking
I was sleepy.
because
Oreos. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
I've heard of that. I've heard deep fried Oreos.
We've done them. Fire.
So
Now
what do you do?
that-
Just drop it in?
Yeah, well, you get we did it with pancake batter.
Okay, and
yeah,
then
and then you do it, and then you just put it on there, dude, and it fries up just like regular, like a pancake.
Wow.
Fire. Now that,
So pancake batter.
put that on a cracker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bread of Life says, I'm curious of your guys' views on the Super Bowl halftime show. I think it sucked. And by the way, I don't like the artist. He came out at a concert a couple of years ago dressed as Jesus with
Yeah.
a crown of thorns.
Spend $3 million on a crown of thorns.
Yeah. I didn't really watch. I just saw little bits of the halftime show, to be honest with you. I don't have an opinion because I didn't watch enough of it. I just don't know
Yeah.
that artist. So I don't know.
It didn't interest me. Nothing about it. As far as
I mean,
I don't
guy-
know anything about
the guy's
it.
a huge artist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know anything about him.
Me either.
And so, like, if I look back at performances, probably one that was really cool, we all watched it together, was Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
dressed
cool.
like in the 1950s.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was probably the last one that I remember
Yeah.
that actually stuck out to me.
Prince.
Oh, yeah. That's
Michael,
what I was thinking.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prince was phenomenal.
Yeah, it literally rained as he sang Purple Rain.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
But I didn't care for it, really.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know about his bell bottoms. I don't know. I didn't know what to think about
I'm sorry,
that.
dude. That's never cool.
No.
Would you rather have
man.
COVID than wear it?
Oh, that's no doubt. that's IV COVID. Like that's IV COVID.
Put it right.
Yeah, dude. Like that's no doubt, man.
Okay, so
Not gonna
moving
do
on
that.
from the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. I think we took like
Yeah,
10 minutes
yeah.
longer than we wanted to in the
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
We were supposed to just touch base, like, yeah,
Okay.
good for the Chiefs, but nope.
Bowl. All right.
Well, what do you guys think?
Lisa made me drop my phone in the pozole. You can't mention pozole without an invite.
Straight up, or at least bring some.
Deep fried pozole.
Ooh, see? I mean, if
Deep-fried pozole.
we could figure it out. That'd be great. Oh, it's like a pot pie.
Dude, how crazy are Mexicans? We deep fry ice cream, bro.
Exactly.
Pozole pot pie.
Ooh.
That actually might be good. That might be good. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds, ooh. Okay, somebody.
Maybe with like caldo de res. Ooh, a pot pie.
Ooh, albondigas pot pie.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Deep
Dude,
fried albondigas.
dude, we should take these ideas to Hawaii.
What?
Yeah, they ain't got no good Mexican food out there.
Oh.
like, where did that come from?
I was like, why?
Because they
Okay.
had business.
Okay,
Yeah.
serious face.
All right, let's
all
go.
right, all right,
oh,
all
we're
right.
going to get serious now. Okay.
Next
Well,
subject.
You want to talk about?
I'm loaded on Fauci.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think about the 17 states attorney generals
Yeah.
that filed an investigation into Anthony Fauci's role in COVID-19 pandemic?
I didn't know that. 17 states?
17 states. I can give you the list right here.
All red states, right?
Yes. Let me
Okay,
find
I got it right here.
Oh,
I
you
got
got
it
it? Go
loaded,
ahead.
Yeah. Do you want me to say name and state?
Just
or-
the state. I
Okay,
mean, just-
South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Idaho, North Dakota, Utah, Indiana, South Dakota, Arkansas, Montana, Missouri, Kansas, West Virginia, and Nebraska.
My question is Yellowstone a part of that?
Mike Hilgers. Mm-hmm. No,
Wow.
just-
So what is it they're doing?
Okay.
All these states
He
did what?
was what's the term?
lying.
Well, no. As far as Biden basically released any responsibility. What's the term called?
Sweeping pardon.
Pardon.
Oh, the pardon, yeah.
Yeah, they pardoned him. So that on a federal level, he was pardoned.
Yeah.
On a state level, they can still press charges for investigation and if they can find him guilty, he can serve prison time. And so So as a collaboration,
Yeah.
I don't know how it all works. I don't know. But all of these states collaborated and said, we are going to press charges.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's at the same time or one case. That I don't know.
It probably can't be one case.
Yeah. And so, but they're going to press either that or each state is filing. So
Yeah.
he would have to go from case to case to case to case to case. But they're filing an investigation on COVID-19 and the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Justin, there's in the email, there's a short video clip. We won't be able to hear it. But if for the viewers, some of the stuff, and you read Anthony, the real Anthony.
I'm in
Fauci.
the middle of it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going through. Have you?
I haven't touched
Yeah.
it.
2 months ago, if you would have brought up Fauci and them, I would have been like, dude. I mean, he doesn't know the future. He didn't know. No, this was crazy when it was broken down. It's called The Real Anthony Fauci by RFK, right?
Yeah.
With statistics, it's not just opinion, and it's just insane.
And he's ratified now.
I don't know what that means. He's a
RFK is
rat?
now.
Oh.
No, he's confirmed.
Oh, okay.
So now he's confirmed. So you've got these attorney generals that are working together to bring him, to bring this case. You got RFK, who is the perfect guy to investigate on a federal level just in anything that's going on. Again, I don't know how all this works.
Yeah.
But did you find it? Yeah, on the emails.
You're in the right email? Is a Periclitos?
And so it's a
Let me read the key findings.
yeah.
The key findings from the congressional report. Origins of COVID-19 evidence suggests that Fauci worked to discredit the lab leak theory despite mounting evidence supporting it. Misleading the NIH funding. Dr. Fauci allegedly provided false testimony regarding the NIH fund gain of function. The NIH oversight failures. Reportedly mismanaged taxpayer funds by failing to properly oversee grants of EcoHealth Alliance with funnel funding, suppression of scientific dissent. Prominent scientists who raised concerns about vaccine risk were allegedly silenced, limiting public awareness of potential side effects. The attorney generals have requested that Congress provide them with any relevant findings that could lead to state investigations and potential prosecution. They reaffirm their commitment to upholding public trust, ensuring transparency, preventing similar failures in future public health crisis. I mean, in this right here, when it says preventing similar failures, I mean, this wasn't anything that came upon us. This is something that these men created and then sent out. So how are you going to prevent from something like that ever happening again?
Again, right?
Right? I mean, because unfortunately, like, these are men. They're human beings. And unfortunately, again, I say that people have a price. So if you put the dollar amount that they're searching for, or go into blackmail or something like that, who's to stop them from doing something like that again?
Yeah.
And then this fool came simply out and said proudly, well, not proudly, but publicly, about how they were creating it as they went along with the mask, the 6 feet, the vaccine, everything.
Double mask?
Yeah, the double mask. Like, he said these.
Do you remember in the beginning that because he was worried that nurses wouldn't have enough masks, he told people not to wear masks, and then later on he
went straight into the mask thing.
Yeah, it was weird, right?
Right. Yeah, I've always said this. I've said this for years. They went from hero to zero. They were front lines, not knowing anything that was going on. Then they didn't want to wear the masks, so then they got fired.
Yeah.
Then they didn't want to take the vaccine, then they got fired. And that's just crazy. And these are some of those nurses, men and women, right? They had been, that's their career for like 30-something years. Like some of them that got
a lot of them got their jobs back.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when
I know
Trump came in.
I know a lot
He
of them.
reinstated people's jobs and their pensions.
Well, I know that's.
Yeah.
I know that in the service.
Yeah.
They were the ones that got let go of the service. I didn't hear anything about
probably
the nurses.
just federal, but something's got to happen, man. Something's got to budge.
Well, did you guys see the tweet? Well, I guess what's it? What do they call it? Tweet, right? I guess they still call it tweet.
They still
It's
call
on
them tweets.
X. Okay. I'm going to read this from Mr. Common Sense. Oh, we're trying to find the video, but it's all right. This is a back and forth with, I guess it's a congressional hearing between Roberts and Goodman. Roberts, or Miss Roberts is a representative. I don't know if she's a representative or on the Senate. I don't know what state. But she's talking back and forth with Mr. Goodman, who is, I guess, I don't know what role he plays or how that. But here's the question. She said, is it true that implanted baby parts into lab animals? And she asked him, have you heard of this sort of research? And he said, yes, we did an analysis and a few years ago showing that over 90% of experiments using human fetal tissue and putting them in animals were funded by Fauci's NIAID. Dude, this is Anthony Fauci. This is the dude that the previous president, while Trump was about to give his inauguration, get inaugurated, was pardoned. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching this video the other day, but I was kind of half asleep. And I meant to watch it again before I got on in case I wanted to share it. But basically, and again, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm probably not saying it factual, and I shouldn't even mention it. But basically, this person was getting putting things in a microscope with blood, and I think it was basically blood normal, and then blood with the vaccine, with all the three. Is there three of them? 3 different brands, or
Johnson,
I know Pfizer
Johnson,
and
Pfizer
whatever. And he was showing what it did. And again, I'm sorry, so don't fact check me because I already know I don't know all the facts. But basically, what I saw was that I remember the first one. It was causing the blood to clump up in a weird way, where the doctor was saying, "This is very abnormal. Look at the clumping and this and that, whatever." I didn't know what he was saying. He was talking way above my understanding, but maybe it was interesting. It was crazy.
Well, and that's part of the case is their case is saying we had evidence. There was evidence that in the vaccines were there, that the repercussions of those health-wise, and they go through a list of whatever. It wasn't that you didn't know and it was an accident. No, you guys knew.
Yeah.
And you pushed it forward nonetheless.
So there's a couple comments on here. Empty Tomb says Boston Journal of Medicine has him saying a lot of interesting things just prior to the pandemic. Sad that people are that evil. God only knows what kind of effects this all has on the future. And Maria Madrigal says, before COVID-19 hit the USA, in the seed industry, we were dealing with contaminated tomato and pepper seeds, tomato brown, I'm not sure what that says, Rugo's fruit virus. And in 2019, the USDA restricted the import of tomato and pepper seeds and plants from all countries due to the threat of tomato brown Rugo's fruit virus. The restrictions went into effect 11/22/2019. We were using the testing kits that eventually were used to test COVID on humans. Wow.
Yeah.
So
This is the stuff that RFK is going to put onto blast, even times 10 of what they're going to find. Like, this is just the skim of the water.
So how many states again?
17. Right now?
Right now,
There's
17
17
states.
17.
Wow.
That I don't know if it was released yesterday or today.
Did you see how Trump took away from Biden? What's it called?
Yeah.
The
Restricted
download?
it. No,
And they let them know what's going on.
yeah. Why do I bring things up and not know how to finish a sentence? You know how frustrating that is?
It's the gum. It's the gum.
It's the gum ain't working.
the Nurum gum.
Oh man.
But yeah, no,
Pass down.
What?
It's the pass down. I believe it's the pass down.
I don't know what. Just the way you said.
Yeah.
I thought the Holy Ghost got him right now.
I know. I was like, was you okay?
I thought the gum hit him too hard.
I haven't even look it.
But yeah, no,
He has that piece of Joe Rogan gum over there.
that he hasn't chewed on yet. But yeah, no, that his federal whatever the confidentiality or whatever
Yeah.
this all that stuff that he ended it, and but I guess I'm just
Is it the briefing?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I just
No, it's bugging me. I'm gonna look it up.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, you're gonna find it? So I don't have to?
he said his empty tomb says you just keep daydreaming about fried.
Yeah, that too, man.
He's cutting off Biden's access to intentional intelligence
Oh,
intelligence material.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He cut him off.
Yeah. And he said he
Even
goes he cut me
intelligent
off
briefings.
last term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intelligence material.
Yeah, he cut him off.
Yeah. But no, I just the more and more. I mean, it already stinks, and it's been stinking for a long time now,
Yeah.
a number of years. But the more and more, at first it was like, okay, China, and then you kind of start going, dude, there can't possibly be, but there is. There's people that live among us that are that bad,
Yeah.
that are that evil, that their intentions.
That's wicked. It's
Yeah.
wickedness.
Yeah. And greed is the root of all evil. And it's just crazy that I don't know. I don't even know what to say because even
What can you say?
yeah, he's 80-something years old. Even if he goes to jail for the rest of his life, that doesn't change the fact of so many people. So like all of a sudden athletes are getting heart attacks on the field.
Yeah.
You
My thing, whether he spends a day in jail or not, my thing is this: if unchecked, this is bound to happen again.
Yeah.
And because this is coming out, it's going to be that much harder for something like this to ever happen again. That's to me, that's more important than whether if he goes to jail or doesn't. That doesn't affect my life. But if somebody else keeps doing what he did, that will affect our life. You see what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, what did Gabriel say?
Gabriel.
What about the Tanzanian president that did COVID tests in a llama and a papaya plant, and they both came up positive? Then he publicly announced, then mysteriously died shortly after.
Man, I didn't even know about that, brother.
What year did that take place? I never heard of that. Gabriel, if you can.
Man, you got to save the drama from the llama. No, but I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I've never heard
In all
that.
seriousness.
I never heard of that. But there was all kinds of crazy stuff.
To me personally, I wonder what is making these states finally stand up. I wonder what triggered it. I wonder what set them off to come together. And now the other thing is too, I ain't got full details on it, but I wonder if they've done this since the pardon. I wonder if they did it individually. I wonder if all these people talked and had a conversation, a Zoom, something, and said, this is what we're going to do. And they all went to whoever they needed to go to set all this up. I wonder what all that's about. I would really like to know what finally set some people off.
I think because of who is president now, people are free to talk. Because the whole cancel culture is done.
Well, not just that, but think about it. I mean, the inauguration was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know social media, it feels like it was 6 months ago, but it was really only 3 weeks ago. So for them to put a case together, I'm sure that it started with one or, hey, what do you think? You know, and just kind of rolling it through until finally, all right, they're getting their ducks in order. They're getting their case ready. They're getting all this stuff. And then boom. Okay, now let's release it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's only been 3 weeks since he was pardoned.
I mean, it's only been how long has it been since Orange Skin's been in?
I saw somebody complaining 2 weeks ago saying, what has he done?
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm like,
Look at our economy. Still paying, $55 for eggs. And it's like,
I heard people complaining on January 10th. He told you he wasn't going to do anything he said he was going to do.
dude, did you see that there was a video, I think it was on Instagram, and there was a woman, she was ranting and raving because it was like 2 days after when he was voted in.
Oh,
Saying
yeah,
what?
yeah.
And
yes.
she was like, he hasn't done nothing yet.
Yes.
He's not president
Not
yet.
president.
Yeah.
But, well,
He says he's looking it up when
Okay.
that happened.
all right. Thank you. Yeah, post it. Let us know.
The attorney generals urge congressional leaders to continue their investigation efforts and ensure that all responsible parties are held accountable at both federal and state levels.
Well,
So, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, we can sit around and we can always nitpick about who sucked. Obviously, we have one of the worst people in government in our state, and that's Gavin Newsom. And it's just like,
AKA Batman.
okay,
well,
does he talk like this?
it's Kevin Costner.
No, man, that's Christian Bale. I'm Batman.
But on that note, you know, I know that they announced today they did a press conference talking about the Federal Secrets Declassification Task Force.
Yeah.
And they were, one of the things they mentioned was COVID-19
Yeah.
and the files that they're gonna release, you know, and certain findings and different things. They also talked about the files on JFK, Robert Kennedy, MLK, and then they announced this because I was watching PBD earlier, and who was the guy that was on there? Oh my gosh.
Gabriel answered.
Yeah. May 3rd, 2020, he said.
Okay. Wow. I have to look into that. I've never heard of that.
So that was right in the middle of this whole thing.
No, that was in the beginning.
Yeah, right in the yeah, like a few
two-
months in.
Yeah, because it shut down mid-March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like second week in March, everything got shut down.
That was a great time to travel.
you were traveling?
Yeah, we went to Mexico.
I remember that you told me.
Yeah, that was a great time to travel too.
We had-
Nobody around.
Toilet paper on your, as a
Oh yeah, dude. Yep. They gave us a sheet of toilet paper with a string, and that was
Oh, that's right.
Did I show you?
Yeah.
That was our mask.
That's tight.
It was. It protected me.
So yesterday we went to Palo Alto for Sharon's yearly eye checkup. It's an eye specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And they made us put masks on. when we
Really?
walked. Yeah, it was weird.
it's Palo Alto.
Oh, that ain't EPA then.
Yeah, it was so awkward.
Yeah, that's Palo Alto. Like when I go out there for certain things, you know, as
Yeah.
far as work wise, they're still strict.
That's Stanford, right? Stanford's out there,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But I mean, that was just there in the doctor, not around, because we went to
Yeah.
eat. We went to Olive Garden,
but you'll still
got
find
the deep fried raviolis.
yeah, you'll still find certain things in certain
Yeah.
Ocean, not so much Ocean anymore, but Berkeley still has its spots.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Burke.
Yeah, you know,
Berserkly.
yeah,
Yeah, Berserkly.
even in the city, different things. And it's, you know, even like all the builders, they're frustrated with it, but they have to abide by the local regulations.
Yeah.
But the declassification task force that was put together, that was just announced today.
What are they declassifying?
JFK, Robert Kennedy,
Yeah.
and in that announcement, they said the I don't know how I don't want to word it wrong, but basically the media or the federal government has allowed everybody to assume it was one bullet. And she said, we have found evidence there was two, and there was a shooter.
Oh,
we never
is that
knew.
what that was talking about?
Yes.
I saw I didn't click on it.
Yeah.
I didn't click on it, but I saw something that said 2 bullets.
And so they asked her who is going to be a part of that committee when that announcement, when they bring out the files. She said there's doctors that are still alive that were present
Really?
that will be there. So that I found that very interesting. They, also, that was the first thing they're going to release, they said. And then Robert Kennedy, MLK Jr., and then they announced as far as COVID-19 findings.
Yeah.
And then this one I found interesting.
So it's a whole committee to declassify stuff.
Yes. Then this one was announced, which is the first time I heard of it. Glenn Beck, that was on PBD this morning.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish watching it.
He said in 10 days, who's the guy that's going to head up the FBI?
Clash.
Kash Patel.
Yeah. Clash.
He said in 10 days, he will be releasing the Epstein files.
Oh, really?
She announced, we will be releasing the Epstein files
Wow.
in that sit down. And so, that's going to, if that comes now, I don't know how much of those files are going to have been scrubbed.
Yeah.
through the years. But what she said is we're going to put it out there, and we will allow these gaps of information to show, because a lot of back and forth has gone through for decades now. But there is stuff missing that was there then.
Yeah, there's stuff missing. That's what I heard.
And so, but even if they release it all and there's stuff missing, that doesn't look bad on the current administration. That looks bad to the FBI and the CIA
Yeah.
in what they scrubbed. What are you guys' thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm optimistic. It's crazy that they're doing that, but at the same time, I'm just like not expecting much, because, I mean, how many hands has it been through in all these years?
Yeah.
I'm sure the most stuff that's probably the worst is gone.
Yeah.
That's my thought. The one that interests me the most, as far as the other stuff is interesting because it's historical, but the one that interests me the most is the Epstein one,
Yep.
because that's current. Who are they hiding? That's the one that's most interesting to me. The other stuff is like, that's cool because it's historical, But
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, obviously, JFK has always been something that has been on everybody's mind, and I wasn't even alive. But, my parents being the Democratic fighters that they were at that time, right? Like, JFK was going to change the world and so on and blah, 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 blah. And then he got smoked the way he did, right? And then but like the Epstein thing, like you said, like, yeah, I guess that's pretty interesting to me. I think personally, man, they thought they got away. This is how I look at it. I think they thought they got away with it because Epstein's either on an island with Tupac and Bruce Lee, or
And Maryland.
and Marilyn, or he's an Elvis, or he's really but he died so they didn't get caught.
yeah.
But then they re-upped with Diddy. So I think all of that is all in the same thing. And so it's like, it's the Christian in me, I would say. It's the Christian in me that
What?
that says all darkness will come to light. And finally,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They kept playing. They thought they got away with it with Epstein. So yeah, that's what I think. I'm glad that that's going to come to fold.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not just a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. I agree. If there's names and there's evidence.
Oh, there's names.
Yeah. But there's evidence, not just the name, but there's evidence to this.
Justin, can you let Julio in? I think he's trying to, right here, he's at this door here. He's probably just trying to get into the other door.
But
Oh, never mind. Somebody let him in. Never mind. Unless that door wasn't locked.
because that's the thing is, for this to be legit, people have to begin at some point in time to go to jail.
Yeah. Is he knocking? He didn't knock, did he? Oh, okay.
I didn't hear anything.
All right.
But that there's got to be at some point in time, like you said, not a slap on the wrist, for this to actually be what it needs to be.
Yeah.
There has to be.
The conversation between my children and myself is, if it was one of us, we immediately would be gone. There's no thought process. I don't care if I had the money or not. I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop treating them like they're somebody just because they got a lot of loot and they're influencers or actors or whatever.
Yeah.
They not a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Well, what about
I passed by on the way back from Palo Alto, Johnson & Johnson, the building. Immediately thought of P. Diddy. I'm like, he must have bought that building.
sound like he invested quite a bit into their stocks.
Yeah. What's up? What has been? What's been going on with him? Anyways.
I don't know. I haven't kept up with it.
Yeah, they're just prolonging the trial pretty much.
I mean, I know he was sad because he had to spend Christmas in jail. That's all last I heard.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
And 2.5 other people are sad too in prisons and jails. They actually made like he's sad, and I'm just like, yeah. So are the other 2.5 million inmates.
Oh my gosh, I didn't hear it, but I heard at the end of the halftime show, he yelled out. I didn't hear this, so I don't know how true it is, but that he yelled out "Free Diddy."
Who?
Kendrick.
Oh,
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. So, but there was a couple people I saw on TikTok that were like, "What are you talking about, Free Diddy?"
So then why is he making a song about Drake?
Hey man, I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what I heard. Man. So, hey man, I am on a podcasting about what I heard.
yeah.
So,
El hermano Ivan, that's right. Praise the Most High. His name is Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Praise God.
you had. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
You were talking about USAID.
Yeah. Did you see on Saturday morning when before, because I know they had that big old debacle on Friday. Was it Friday morning or was it yesterday morning when all the Congress people showed up and they were trying to get in the building?
I think that was Friday. They went to the Department of Education.
Yeah.
And they were trying to punk the security guy.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
But Saturday morning, they had they were removing the name of USAID off the building. They literally took the name off of the building, there. And then I don't know if you can look up the list of things.
That's what I'm doing right now. But if you want to keep talking, I'm trying to calculate of what this is right now. That's what I've been doing.
And then Elon Musk and Trump did an announcement today.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
I
didn't get a chance to.
I started watching it, but then
I started getting phone calls after phone call. Like I started watching it like 2 minutes in, and then it's been phone calls since the moment I got here.
I started watching. I got this thing about Gaza. I want to talk about Gaza next week, but it's like I started. So
That's gonna be our next vacation spot, ain't it?
Yeah. Don't we get a room at the reserved at his
at the Rocky Inn
resort?
At the Rocky Inn. Yes. So no, yeah, it's So I all I was saying was my mind got sidetracked. I went to listen to what him and Elon were doing, and then my mind got sidetracked with something that went on with King Abdullah from Palestine.
Well, there was a reporter that brought up and forced Elon to give a correction on the $50 million that he said that was sent for condoms to Gaza. And because there was he said that there was $50 million that one of the line items was for condoms to Gaza.
And what did he want?
50 million.
He wanted them to
for
correct
condoms.
what?
Okay. Here was the correction. Well, you said it was to Gaza. It was to
In
Sudan
Oh.
because of AIDS.
Wow, dude.
So he goes, okay, you're right. We will make those announcements. We don't bat 1,000. Sometimes we make mistakes. I named the wrong country.
Yeah.
But do you still think that $50 million is not a lot of condoms? to be sent on taxpayer dollars to Sudan? He goes, don't you find that?
Damn.
At all?
Let me just name a few. Okay, so the condom ones, right? $70,000. I'm not going to name off 25. It says in the beginning of this, this is Mark Buffington. Here's a list of 25 USAID spending items that have been highlighted in public complaints or discussions based on recent web information. $70,000 for a production of DEI musical in Ireland. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
Opera?
Opera. $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. $2 million for sex changes in LGBT, the alphabet gang, activism in Guatemala. $6 million for fun tourism in Egypt. 16.8 to support equitable outcomes in inclusions in Vietnam. $520 million for ESG, environment, social, and governance consultants in Africa. $200 million plus of dollars to fund irrigation for the Taliban's poppy fields. The $50 million, we said that. What's another one right here? $2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam. $1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia. I don't know. Workplace on business communities. And then one of the last ones is, what did I like? $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists to avoid binary gender language. $7.9 million to teach Lankan.
Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka journalists. I knew I was saying that wrong. Sri Lanka journalists to avoid binary gender language.
They were teaching.
They were teaching them 7.9. So you can go ahead and go to X on this right here.
How does that cost 17 million?
No, 7.9.
It's not 17 million, David. That's way too
I
high.
mean, this is
correction.
So remember, we are not journalists.
No.
That's why he said 17. But okay, so right here they say hundreds of thousands, right, of meals went to places, and they say stuff like that. But if you just press in right here on X, Mark Buffington, he gives the list of these 25 things. On these 25 things of what you see of dollar amounts, it came out to $946,649,000. And that's not including every single penny. That's just what I was calculating.
And that was
off
probably,
of this.
is that a yearly budget? Is that yearly?
It was annually.
These are examples. These examples have been sourced from various news articles, posts, whatever spending highlight concerns over the accumulations and oversight of these funds. So one of the other things is too that I learned about all of this stuff right here is during the last 4 years of the administration, anything that would come to them as far as a dollar amount, they were saying no to none of it. It was all sign off and go. Yeah. So just like the 300 billion or something like that Elon found in the green,
right, the green
solar or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was green something. I think they know what I'm talking about.
The AOC thing.
Yeah.
And I was telling
the Green Deal.
Yeah, the Green Deal.
Green New Scam.
And so, I was talking to my wife, and I was saying, you know why Trump can just go ahead and Elon can, you know why he can just go ahead and give $300 billion away to where it needs to go, right? He'll catch it. That's what started all the funding, right? You know why you can do that? Because the man is a billionaire. See, all these people that we're reading about and all these people who got knocked out of the Department of Education, all these people depend. That's their career. We had to have slush money. They started hiding money away so that way they can have they can line their pockets.
And that's one department.
Yeah. But then Elon's in there, and me and my sister were talking the other day. Elon's in there. So there's another billionaire, right? And then he just signed, he just got RFK Jr. in there. There's another money man.
Yeah.
These men don't need the government's money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They make their own loot. So I think it's just very interesting. But yeah, 949 million.
If you didn't get a chance, you got to see it. You got to see the interview. One of the things that he said is Elon Musk, he announces that they found some of the oldest people in America that are alive. That they have found people that are receiving Social Security that are over 150 years old.
Really?
That are still receiving checks that they don't understand and where it's going to.
That's crazy.
And he said, if they're alive, I doubt it. I'd like them to come forward so that way we can acknowledge them for being 150 years old.
100 Bible age? Yes.
He's like, but I doubt it because there was more than one.
Wow.
And so he goes through all of this stuff, and then he talks about the Social Security office. He said, it's kind of weird, Elon, the way Elon talks sometimes, but basically he said that the Social Security office was down in the basement, almost like in a dungeon. Yeah. And they still run it by manila envelopes and files, and it's not computerized.
What?
This is what he was saying. He said, so there's all of this stuff going on. He said, it's not in a system.
Yeah.
That, he said, and him and Trump are both there, and they said, some of it is abuse, some of it is fraud, some of it's neglect.
Yeah.
All together. But just all the stuff that's going on, through it. What happened?
Methuselah.
Yep. He's getting Social Security. And, but it's crazy. It was crazy that the reporter was so adamant about him correcting the name of the country.
That's weird.
But not acknowledging, why are we spending that money?
Well, another thing I heard is all this aid that was going to places, why are they not complaining? And why are the people here complaining?
I think $50 billion they found that went to hotel stays
Oh, I bet.
in New York for illegal migrants.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching that a little while ago.
And Carolina, they're still intense.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah, well, nobody talks about that anymore.
It's like that's, and he was announcing it. He says they believe, because according to what they're saying, that right now they have tracked, if I understood him right, because again I was driving here when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
They have found $500 billion. Our national debt is $2 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
They found a quarter of it there.
Wow.
And that's not including the Department of Education. That's not including the Pentagon.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, and it's like, Obama stood up. I only heard him speak one time. And if you watch him, he looks like, I don't want to be here. But when he stood up and he said, if they defund, if they, they're going to, children are going to starve. And notice he hasn't been adamant about that stance. He spoke one time because I think whoever his puppet master forced him out there to just speak up and say something. But once all this stuff comes up and it's surfacing,
Yeah.
and everything else, what are they going to do when we get to the Department of Education, when they get to the Pentagon? It's so overwhelming of abuse that all those people that were at the time were like, no, Trump's crazy, Trump's crazy, Trump's crazy. Maybe he's not. And the push as just as people,
Yeah.
it's going to be overwhelming.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Again, discipline needs to happen.
So the Board of Education, right? That's what it was? Mm-hmm. So I think they're wanting the solution to be that the education is run by each state.
Each state individually.
Because they're saying federally it's not working. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing I heard about, I wanted to mention, was the USAID. I was watching today, what's his name? Rubio? Mm-hmm. Who is he? Secretary of what?
What's
Rubio?
What's his official position?
It up here.
Well, while you're looking that up, what was interesting is that he was saying that USAID, because they're kind of separate from the government, they were funding things that were going against the interest of the United States.
Yeah.
And they were being told. And they're like, we don't care. We don't answer to the government. We don't answer to anything.
Yeah, Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Secretary of State. Yeah. So he was saying, he did a thing, I don't know if it was today or I watched it today.
I think it was yesterday or two
Yeah,
days
and he was
ago.
saying basically that USAID answers, they say they don't answer to nobody. They don't care what the government says. They don't care what, and here's the problem. He goes, when there is a place that helps different things, nonprofit, whatever, he goes, they're right. We don't have a say-so. But here's the problem. USAID was operating off of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
He goes, so you want the money from taxpayers and you want to spend it any which way you want, and you say you don't answer to government. He goes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
He goes, and he says they needed to be shut down because they refused to, even if they were giving to a country that was conflicting interest, they didn't care. And he goes, that's what led up to this. Don't make it sound like all of a sudden, everybody's picking on USAID. He goes, the fact is that they were taking taxpayer money and doing any old thing they wanted and without any accountability at all. So that's what I had heard.
This is why the government doesn't want him in there, because he's a businessman that wants to give it all away. His theory in his head, and I truly believe this, is like he says, a stronger government makes us all rich. We all make money off a strong government. Yeah. That's how he looks at it. He has the money to go ahead and invest and do the things that I would love to do, right? But the thing about it is all of us, we can all do it and all make our own money and do different things like that, but USAID is over here, that's that greed again.
But look at the name. It's named USAID, right?
Yeah.
So what does that sound like? Aid to the U.S.
Yeah.
It actually stands for United States Agency for International Development.
Development, yeah.
And so just the name itself is just like, dude, it's It's manipulative
Yeah.
in the name itself, and then all the stuff that they're finding now. But you got to sit down. If you get a chance, watch that interview.
Well,
Yeah,
another thing he
definitely.
said, he said at what he said this. He was at what point did we become the charity for the world?
Exactly.
You know, and I get it. I get it. We're a wealthy nation, but right now America's hurting. You know, and yeah, okay, we help other countries, whatever. Right now, America's hurting. Like you said, with the hurricane. I mean, we're talking about the LA fires. We're talking about homelessness. We're talking about all of this stuff. Like, America's hurting. You know, and it just it's crazy.
Since we're on that, let's pivot here a little bit, just because we're talking about America, and we've got all of this stuff coming back up against as far as immigration.
Yeah.
We've got troops on the border. We've got all of these different scenarios that are being talked about, talking about black ops operations possibly happening.
Yeah.
Rangers going in, different things. I know he announced if all of the captives are not released in
Yeah.
as far as Gaza, Palestine.
Monday, I think. it is.
Saturday by noon
Yeah,
time.
he's like this little trickle of two,
Yeah,
three
the
people.
2,
Like,
4,
yeah, no.
Yeah, like I told my son this. I said when Trump made that statement about Israel,
Yeah.
and said we're gonna go into Gaza, you know, and all this stuff, I laughed because this is what came to my mind. I said that ain't happening. He ain't doing that. There's no way the United States is doing that because that goes against the whole thing of America first. In that way, will they be involved? I think so. But
Yeah.
are we going to go and occupy the Gaza Strip? No, I don't believe that because it would just be dysfunctional from the beginning because we would just be in an all-out war from every country around us, from as far as all of the different agents, you know, all of the different terrorist agents.
Yeah.
But this is what popped in my mind was, did he make that statement? I'm sure he's always dealing,
He's always negotiating.
always.
Everything's negotiable.
But I wonder if he said it. Part of it was Mexico. Listen, if we're willing to step foot to force peace to our ally across the ocean, don't you think that we won't force peace
Yeah.
to our neighbor right here? And I was thinking about it and just kind of what your guys' thoughts are, because would the Mexican military, would they collaborate or
With what?
with the United States government, or would the Mexican military feel a certain way about America stepping into their territory, into their sovereign nation? And is the entanglement of the cartel so deep, which I believe it is,
Yeah.
and the corruption, that would the military of Mexico be forced to collaborate with the cartels? And what would that look like?
I know they sent 10,000 Mexican army
Yeah.
to the border yesterday. That's all I know. I don't know.
But
any
how fruitful and
details of it.
productive is that going to be?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a rabbit hole on how deep the corruption goes, even on this side. You know, I mean, only God knows, really.
That's it.
You know,
But she has got to be absolutely horrified.
you're talking about the president
of
over there.
Mexico.
Yeah,
You've got the cartels in your backyard and the United States government standing on the sidewalk,
yeah,
and you're right in between, and up and down from the Mexican, as far as from her position down to the corruption all the way through.
yeah.
What is that going to look like? And what chance does she have of the cartels going, you better say what it is that we're telling you?
Yeah.
You know, did you see the bombing that took place? They bombed one of the
borders?
military generals in Mexico, the
No.
cartels,
Oh, no.
Nuh-uh.
Sinaloa. You go on X and you can see it. They videoed it from a drone.
Yeah.
They dropped a bomb from a drone on one of the military generals of the military in Mexico.
Yeah.
Who did?
One of the cartel, I think the
the
Sinaloa
cartel?
cartel.
But-
And I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a message or to start
Everything they do. is a
cutting
message.
ties.
But I think that's counterproductive because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a fight they want. with the
know.
United States.
I agree.
You know, and doing things like that is not, it's counterproductive. Same thing with people waving Mexican flags in East LA.
I agree.
It's counterproductive. I get it. I get what you're trying to say, but it's not translating well to the rest of America.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's the same thing. When you start doing stuff like that over there, America says, oh, you know, so clearly your army can't deal with it, so we will.
Exactly.
It sends the wrong message, you know, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I just looking at it though, but it's I guess from just kind of I've just watching little videos this week and kind of going back and forth. There's a whole hornet's nest in the Sinaloa cartel right now, and so but they're fractured. They're fractured right now.
Yeah.
So, to what degree did that come from the top, or did somebody who's trying to make a name for themselves? You know, all of these different things. And I was telling someone, I said, listen, you go to these places where the cartels are, where grocery stores have to shut down before dark, where people are actually at risk consistently. You know, humans, their daughters are getting trafficked, you know, and all this stuff. When I went to León, Guanajuato, and I was preaching there, they took me to the Catholic church that's Monterrey Cristo. It's a huge mountain. And on the base of that mountain is the village. And the missionary told me, he said, it's known. If you haven't, he says, daughters are sold here.
Yeah.
Consistently. He said, there's so much tourism that comes here through the church and everything else. He said, kids are sold here every day. Every day here. And this was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When he told me that.
I didn't know you went to León.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, but you just kind of see all this and it's I don't know. It's just pretty crazy because we're here and the people in Mexico, I would imagine, are saying, come in, stop this stuff.
Yeah. The people.
The people.
Yeah. The people. Yeah.
The people. But you have the idiots out here who have no idea what that life is like over there. And they're protesting, stopping ICE in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh my goodness, bro.
From arresting the people that took over, the criminals that took over that apartment complex.
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was watching a short documentary on that Supermax prison in El Salvador.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I wanted to see it.
It was a good 20-minute. It explained the complex. It is insane. It is insane. They are basically telling these guys, you will never leave this place. You will never, there's no release date. There's no good time. They have no blanket, no pillow, no privacy.
This is where they want to send the Americans.
No mattress. They eat the same thing every day, and the guy that runs it says, I won't change the diet. You know, they have beans, they have rice, and 2 tortillas. They don't have no protein. They will never taste chicken. They will never taste beef.
Wow.
I mean, it is... And honestly, after a while, just me being in prison, my heart started to break, but then I watched a channel, another video of the regular people in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Said, how's life been? And she had her little marqueta, and she's selling her little, her stuff. She goes, 4 months ago, I couldn't have this. She goes, I couldn't do this because they would just take, and why even open?
Wow.
And they were victim after victim after victim of people that said, they were out in the plaza dancing. And they said, we couldn't do this 2 years ago. And they were just families just enjoying life.
El Salvador's beautiful, man.
And I was telling Sharon, because I'm just like, man, my heart breaks for the young person, because a lot of them, they talked to a couple of them. They let them talk to a couple for a few minutes. And they were just saying, I just want to tell my friends or family out there, please don't get in gangs.
Wow.
Don't do it, and they're like, I didn't have a dad, and I mean, and it spirals down to like, man, choices, and it's ugly, man. It's really ugly, and I don't even know why I started talking about this.
But if the suffering of one generation can save many.
Yeah, it's really, it's a horrible thing, man. But the guy was saying, listen, the guy that directs that prison, all his guards wear masks. He goes, I don't want them to know who any of them are. I don't want repercussions. I don't want vengeance or anything. Yeah. And he goes, why do you wear a mask? He goes, they know who I am. He goes, I don't have to wear a mask. They know who I am. You know, this is a guy that runs that prison. Like, he's not playing. He just like, he goes, you want to feel sad for them? He goes, they feel sad for the people they murdered and raped and killed. He goes, every single one of these people are murderers. He goes, many of them have 50 people they've killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He goes, you know what? He goes, there's no comfort to the family, to the families. He goes, and they're going to have no comfort here for the rest of their life. And I'm just like, man, this is insane, you know? And
that is the prison where the bunks
Yes.
are set up high, and then they all stand right there in the front, huh? And they're just in
have
like
to.
boxers and
Yeah,
whatever.
and
okay, so
yeah,
that's not them showing out for the camera. They're
No.
ordered to do
they're
that.
ordered to. And it's crazy because like they if they transport them to from the bus to here, they run. And I'm just like, these are gang members. They're full of pride and they're running scared with their head down. I'm like, what are they threatened with to make them run like that?
When the cameras aren't there.
Yeah, you know, and I'm just like, that is rough, man. That is crazy. The choice and the life but it's literally made El Salvador the most safest place in the world right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you're saying about who they are, what they've done, and different things like that. I know exactly the doc that you're talking about. And
Yeah.
so I've been wanting to watch it. I just haven't got around to it. But, you know, in all reality, man, this is what people are protesting for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's who they're protesting for, to be able to stay here.
yeah.
You think those are the only ones? There's a bunch of them. These cartels, they don't run like gangs, like the Northerners or the Southerners, White Fence, or the locals up here in the city and all that kind of stuff. The Crips, the Bloods, they don't run like that. These people are different.
This is not a Michael Jackson video, I'm bad, where they're fighting
No.
in the garage, right?
Nah,
in
man.
The,
You know, I've known a couple. When I was younger, I knew a couple of those guys, and I won't say what neighborhood or whatever.
Just
but,
YouTube, Empty Tomb. I'll tell you right now which it is.
but those dudes were known for chopping people up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. And they do it for a message. And that's exactly what it is.
Dude, there's
But
grandfathers murdered. There's grandmas murdered.
But-
There's, you know, just crazy.
little babies, bro. It's
Yes.
sick. But in all reality, man, when you're holding whatever flag you're holding here in America, that's what you're wanting to keep here, bro.
Dude, when
I'm the bad one because I'm saying gone.
when we went to El Salvador, when you went to go shopping to the mall, bro, there was armed guards at the doors. I mean, to the teeth, bro.
That's crazy.
At the doors, because tourists were going in and they had to keep these places safe. So when you go in and you're going to go shopping at Macy's, brother, it's not a guard sitting on a chair. These are military guards, guard to the teeth, standing at the doors at every entrance and walking around in the mall. And so, dude, I've been there 4 times, man. Through there, you know, in the hills and in the mountains, preaching through all the different places. El Salvador is beautiful, absolutely
What I
beautiful.
hear.
But here's the thing that when I was watching, as far as when they were blocking the ICE agents going in Boulder, Colorado, and I was watching. I showed you guys the book. I just got it came in the mail. I know the green screen's kind of messing with it because it's green numbers.
Book of the
There's
week.
a green. Oh, yeah.
It's called
Did
Hidden.
he show it?
It's called but the green screen.
Yeah.
The letters.
Oh, yeah.
Letters green. It's called Hidden War.
Hey, guys, I'm putting the link. I don't know if that's going to help, but here's the link on the comments of that. It's a 20-minute. It's insane.
Well, it's this book is it's called Hidden War by Lieutenant John Norris, and what it's about is the with Fish and Game.
Yeah.
The actual stories from this was published in 2022. These are the findings there of arrests, firefights, and battles with cartels in California.
Oh, yeah.
In the forests of California, in the deserts of Southern California.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, this is, and so I was talking to a coworker today, and he was like, you know, I just feel bad for them. And I said, listen, one time me and Deanna were coming home and her dad calls,
Yeah.
freaking out because this is northern Mexico.
Yeah.
In the state of Sonora. Dude, they had rocket launchers with a gun turned on the back of a Jeep waiting for the other cartel to go while my father-in-law drives by them.
Dang.
And when he's on the phone with Deanna, you could hear about it was maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes after.
Yeah.
Dude, he heard the grenades and the rocket launchers and the bullets flying. It was an all-out because the other cartel was coming through.
That's crazy.
Dude, and this isn't even Sinaloa.
Yeah.
You know, this is Sonora, an hour from the border.
That's crazy.
And I tell people, I said, listen, you don't understand that world. That world is here.
Yeah.
And when they're picketing and protesting and all this other stuff, they don't understand what they're protecting. And it's just absolutely ignorance.
I did see a video about a guy in Tijuana, and he was really upset. He's from Tijuana. He's a Mexican national, but he talked good English, so you could. I mean, a lot of people in the border towns talk perfect English. And he was really upset about the people that were protesting because he goes, you know what? He goes, you're not Mexican nationals. He goes, you're not from here. He goes, if you want to be here, then why don't you come? I'm waiting right now. He was at the gate. He was at the fence. And it was kind of a 5-minute video, 4-minute video, but he was kind of venting, you know. And he's like, he goes, if you look on your birth certificate, most of you guys waving that flag on your birth certificate says United States of America. Mm-hmm. He goes, you are not from Mexico. You're not Mexican. You're of Mexican heritage, but you are not Mexican. He goes, and what you're doing is you're making us look bad.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, I forgot how he said it, but he was just being real, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he's a Mexican national, you know, and after watching that video a couple of days ago, and then today they're saying that they're going to hit LA hard now. Who? You know, ICE.
Oh.
They're going to hit him hard now, you know, and I'm like, and I bet you the people that just want to work are like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, East LA.
Thanks for putting the target on us.
Thanks a lot. Because knowing how Trump is, knowing how Holman is, they feel like, you're going to try to punk us? Okay. You know, and I'm just like, dude, you can't deal like that with this president.
Not with this one.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Don't play with this one.
Yeah, so.
And I don't see anything wrong in what he's doing. The crazy thing is, you know, again, I want to emphasize when we're talking about deportations, it's not just Mexicans.
No.
Especially in Los. I mean, that's a melting pot.
But it's weird how the Chicanos there made it about Mexicans.
No, and I get it.
Like,
and like
it wasn't
you said,
ever,
And like you said, there's some over here, man. I'm going to say it again. I know I've already said it before. I've met the people who have come here and worked, paid taxes for years before they got their citizenship. And when they got it, they were super excited. But the thing about it is exactly what you said. They put the target on them now. And you're going to look at them like, thanks. We knew what we were leaving. You have no idea what it is there. Yeah. You grew up here. And you want to be all proud. How about I take your home? Yeah. And you go take mine. And go live there and be proud to be Mexican.
A lot of them are young. A lot of them, you know, and it's like.
So it's unfortunate. But like I said, like in Los, I mean, man, it's a melting pot of people like everywhere. Everywhere, bro. Between, everything. Everywhere in the world. LA.
And unfortunate, it's the people that didn't want, they were just.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I don't know if you've seen the video when they were protesting. There was a couple moms out there selling tacos to everybody that was protesting.
See the hustle?
Exactly. I was like, La Línea.
Yeah, like, bro. Get the bacon wrapped hot dogs with the bell peppers and the Savoya, man. Let's go, bro.
Like when you're in line, dude, coming through, and they're selling you candy and tacos and food.
I like buying those right there in the callejones.
Hey, dude, I bought shirts that say Miguel Jackson. Ain't got old school Ricky Martin when he was in Menudo, bro, with the long Jerry curl. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's a hustle, bro. I'm not mad at you.
But it just breaks my heart, honestly, for the people that are okay. Maybe they're illegally here. We know them. We have family, you know, and that I know, and it breaks my heart because they're not asking for none of this.
That's right.
They're not. It's getting pushed to that point because of the stupidity and the ignorance of so many other people. That and the politicians in sheltered states, because they're not letting them, just getting them out of the jail.
Yeah.
Let them get them at the jail. So they don't have to get them in a living room with a tío and a tía.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
I think too is that people are so blinded here in America. People are in a bubble. I'm just like, you know what I mean? In the life that I was in, selling drugs and doing this and that, I was getting my dope straight from a connection from Michoacan. And I would hear stories, bro, here in Modesto, where there'd be like, because these Mexican nationals, they're not registered here. They have no social security. If they come up missing, ain't nobody going to look for them. You know, and I would sit there as they're telling stories. They're like, yeah, I saw so-and-so and you know, some of these local towns. I ain't trying to say too much. And he goes, yeah, man, I saw them. He goes, I pulled up there and smoked them. You know what I mean? Or we got this guy and he was drunk out of a bar, put him in a trunk, took him to out there and just straight executed him. Buried him out there in the orchards out here.
That's wild.
You know, and I'm just like, at the time, I'm young, you want to hear these crazy stories, but now I'm just like, wait a second. This is like straight up cartel stuff in our backyard.
Yeah.
Do we want this here? And this was 20 years ago.
Can you imagine now?
Yeah. And I'm like, this stuff is happening now when nobody's looking for them. There's no dental, there's no nothing. You know, these dudes are over here just offing each other, executing each other. Who knows what else out here? And I'm like, this is insane.
Dude, there was about 3 or 4 times when we lived in Nogales that in the local news, in Nogales, that in Nogales, a population of 20,000 people, that in the middle of the freeway, we'd find glad bags full of body parts. Just a half a mile in.
Yeah, man.
That's gross.
You know, I mean,
That is gross.
dude, it was several times.
You know, one of the worst things I ever seen was, you know, like, again, like you said, I ain't going to say too much, but just crates that would be open that would fall off containers, ships, and the things that would hit the neighborhood. And it's just like, oh, dang, I got to go, you know? I got to go.
But this is who they're protesting for.
Whose wire's messed up? It ain't mine.
That's you, because I ain't touching
I'm
mine.
not
Look at
touching-
It's a ghost.
Oh, who is that?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It's the cartel.
So, I mean,
They're
I
listening.
don't know, man. I think it's pretty crazy.
See, it ain't mine.
You're the only one that's moving.
Look at
No. No.
I don't know. Well, we're going to close it up.
Push it in.
Oh, maybe it is mine.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
no,
yours?
it's
I guess it's mine.
Oh, man, I was going to blame Adam.
So, I mean, closing.
Yeah, let's close this up. We're going to close shop.
You go ahead.
For all of you that don't know the Lord Jesus. No, but seriously, man, I just, you know, there's so much stuff going on, and these 3 weeks have felt like 6 months, and it's exciting. I'm really optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence of, man, I hope teeth come out in this when it needs to be. You know, and stuff that is pushed needs to get pushed. At the same time, you know, I don't want to see a war with our neighbors.
Me either.
Because I got family there. We got family there. We have friends. We got, and it affects us. It's that's not what we want to see. But I don't know if it's realistic, like the statement "end racism." That's such a stupid statement because it'll never end.
Never.
No.
I don't know, you know, if that drugs, you can ever stop that. But if we could minimize 30%,
Yeah.
40%, you know, and to what extreme will that take place? I don't know. But you know, like you were saying, they're operating here. And for all the people that don't understand that, this is where this fight is.
Yeah.
It's here and it's there. And this is why our government is trying to, you know, to push that and to open the eyes and the minds of so many people. You know, ministry and everything else to be able to preach the gospel, that is still the only answer.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. I mean, watching these gangs in the prisons, watching all these things that happen, it still comes down to this, is Christ is the only answer.
That's it.
There is nothing else. No government, no police, no ICE, no FBI, no
Trump.
Jesus is the only answer. That's it.
Yep.
There is nothing else, guys. You know, and unfortunately, the world the nation needs to humble itself, you know, and cry out to God for our families, for our future, you know.
Yeah, because we need to pray. You know, all of you that are watching, seriously, you need to pray because, you know, we talk about all this stuff. There's so much stuff that's happening on Capitol Hill, and there's so much stuff that's happening, corruption in our neighborhoods here in California, along the border, and across the United States that they don't understand. On top of so many other things, and there is intelligent evil. There's an enemy that is very smart.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't just sit back and just go, well, you know, I'll go to church. No, it's warfare. And so we need to pray. We need to keep our, you know, keep vigilant, you know, be prayerful. And at the same time, make sure that we do our part in the kingdom, sharing the gospel, sharing the hope that lies within you, and getting that out. Because a lot of these people that are part of that, David, all of us, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We were lost. So are they. So are they.
I saw a video. It wasn't that maximum security. It was another prison in El Salvador. And the warden had everybody sat down. And he says, you know what? He goes, you guys keep in your visits, you keep sending messages back and forth to the street. So you know what? I'm taking away your visits. You will never see your families again if this keeps it up. You will have no visits. He goes, matter of fact, I'm taking all books away. And the only book you will have is the Bible. He was, and 24/7, all we're going to have here is pastors coming in.
Wow.
This is a warden.
In El Salvador?
In El Salvador. He goes, that's all you're going to have is preachings and the Bible. You know, and people started getting saved. Now, I get it. It's not going to be everybody. Some are going to fake it. Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes as inmates, you got that's the only way you're going to receive it. Yeah. You know, and I just wanted to share. I completely forgot I wanted to share about that. And that was powerful, man. It was powerful. I think I want to share that link right now.
And while you're doing that, one last thing. For all the California residents, you know, that don't know, Denmark is signed a petition of 200,000 signatures to purchase California for the $2 trillion.
What?
And so if every citizen of Denmark and Greenland can give $28,000 towards that fund that they're trying to buy California, since we're trying to take Iceland or Greenland.
Oh, that's what they said?
Yeah. And they said they'll give Danishes with that purchase.
Yeah. But guys, there's a link. That's that warden that did that. And I didn't have any problem with that. I'm just like, dude, sometimes you're going to be rough. Okay. You know, the violent take it by force.
Yeah.
And he's straight up. He says, you can have a Bible. He gave every inmate a Bible.
That's awesome.
You said about end racism, right? And that was the thing on the football field, right? But then they wanted to choose love, right? And unfortunately, another thing that the lefters have tried to flip, right? And that's the one thing that I was going to say, and you guys pretty much hit it exactly what I was going to say is, my wife asked me if I ever stopped loving her. And I said, well, you know what? I honestly, I didn't know what love was. I don't think I did, but I didn't know what love was. And that's how I feel about a lot of these people in today's life who are not walking with Jesus, don't have Christ at the center of their life, at the center of their life, not in their life, but in the center, right? And so the thing about it is they don't really know what love is, because you can love somebody falsely. See, their type of love is conditional, right? And the love of Jesus, he loves me no matter what. And the thing about it is in this life that we are living, the only way that we're going to get by is Jesus. You had said this quite a bit of some episodes ago. Why are we surprised to see what is going on when we know it's only going to get worse? So when we go, we got to make sure that when we go, our legacy is through our children of loving the way that Christ loves. So no matter what I think of what goes on, so for me, the big thing is Donald Trump, right? Yes, I'm a fan of his. I'm glad he's there. I'm glad the administration is gone, but he is not my savior. Yeah. And I know I've heard you say that before. And the thing about it is Jesus is my savior. So Jesus, I'm going to pray for this man to be led by you. He surrounds himself with people that want to know you.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope that he listens to those people.
What's the
and
thing you
that's it.
said? Love what? Love.
Choose love.
Choose love. And here's my thing with the world is they don't know love because to them love is an ideology, and in actuality love is a person, and that person is Christ. So without Christ you cannot have love. And people say, well, how come atheists love each other? Because the Lord is still here. He still has mercy. He still has grace upon this earth. But the moment he comes back, that's it.
That's it.
Well, I would tell people, you can't have biblical love apart from Christ. You can't have biblical love. You can have a shadow of it,
Yeah.
but you can't have biblical love. Not 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah. I can have grape soda, but it's not grapes.
Yeah, exactly.
It just tastes like it.
Exactly.
I've never had grapes that taste like grape soda.
I know. I don't know what that taste is. But anyways, guys, God bless. I know Angel has a class to teach in about 7 minutes.
Oh, what about love and respect? Why don't we promote love and respect? Oh, yeah.
They can't. It's too late for them. Ain't it? Yeah.
No, we got up to second week.
Well, go ahead. You got a minute.
So check it out, man. My wife and myself, what we are doing here with the blessing of David and his wife, Sharon, we are running and facilitating a thing called Love and Respect. It's a book written by Emerson Eggridge. It's for marriages that are married and engaged people with a date up to 2 years. So if you want more information, please DM me.
Or me.
Yep. Or hit up David. Hit up House Arrest. We'll get you connected. Trust me when I say that this will go ahead and elevate and catapult your marriage into a next level.
Starting this Valentine's
Oh, yes. We start on Valentine's Day, which is this coming Friday. And get at it soon because registration is closing very, very soon.
If you are at a distance, there is a link.
Yes.
That you can log in remotely as
It's
well.
a free link. It's a free link. It's a free class, but you have to buy the workbook and the book. And I can send you the link so you can have it Amazon to you because that's the only way you'll be able to get it in time right now because this class starts in a few days.
But he also said that if you are local, we expect you to be sitting here. And if your number one excuse is that you have children, well, you know what? They've taken care of that as well. All blessing to them for that because we have childcare. So
All right.
hope to see y'all.
All right,
Love
guys.
y'all.
God
Peace.
bless.
Be blessed.
See you later.